Right, as the drivers and the AIs line up on the grid, Joe Guan Yu is going to be the last one to line up, and he is. So people, the lights are about to go on. And what a race we are in for. Hopefully it's going to be exciting, but we're about to witness it as 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's 5 red lights. And it's lights out and away we go for the American Grand Prix. Of course, not the Miami, but the American Grand Prix. Here we go. Preston gets a great start, but he's not able to overtake Charlie. Charlie goes wide.
Oh, some contact there from behind. I don't think Jamie got a very good start. He's lost the position already to the Mercedes for Lewis Hamilton, and I think he's being pressured. Flying Tiger makes a magnificent overtake. He got a much better start. He got the inside line as second place would, and he's already taken that first place and built up a 4/10 gap.
Do you think Harry would be able to
close there is contact between Preston and Charlie.
I did see Charlie slip out, but I didn't see the contact. Was it like major wheel contact? Was it... what happened?
Charlie being hit in the side by Preston, I believe.
Oh, there's a contest between Jamie and Harry, and Jamie makes the overtake, and he's gone into third place, but Harry's come back with the switchback and retakes third. Can Jamie stick down the outside? They're going side by side, but no, Harry makes it stick. But Jamie's going to come back at him. Is he going to go wheel to wheel? Yes, he is. And has he got the move done? Oh, he pushes Harry slightly wide, but it looks like he's got it done, has he? Yes, he has. He's taken that third place from Harry. Is Harry going to contest it again? Is that contact? Was that contact?
I think it was at the back of Jamie's car slightly. Harry going into him. Was that Jamie braking a bit too hard for Harry to go into him, or was that Harry just not braking enough?
Well, he was ahead. Jamie was ahead going into that corner, so it was his line. But I don't know what do you make of that, Carl?
I'm not sure. There's a massive crash on the main straight as Harry spins.
Oh,
Harry dropping down to P20, dead last.
and a 5-second penalty as well. What happened? I didn't even see that. I keep missing stuff today.
Was that due? I think Jamie and him might. I think Jamie might have caught his rear and spun him on the back straight.
Will the
I believe.
Will the stewards be noting that down, jotting that down?
I might have to look it off the race. I didn't see anything, I'm afraid.
Well, I know that Jamie and Harry always supply their footage. They're quite good with that, so awesome, and I'm sure they'll happily supply it. I know Harry will if he feels like Jamie did cause something. But what an interesting race so far. We've had a few collisions.
Charlie forcing Preston wide down into the hairpin. Preston ran the outside. Could he go for the switchback? He does not. Can he get him down the back straight? No DRS, of course, because of the conditions. Less than 2/10 in it.
He's gaining in the slipstream. I don't know whether he's close enough to make a lunge. You might look for it around the outside.
Charlie, very smart defending, forcing Preston to take the outside line. Very good defending from Charlie.
This is very good racing by the two of them so far. I'd say a lot of respect for each other between them. Championship contenders right now, showing their worth within the league. Who will come out on top? That is the true question.
Where Jamie was involved in whilst racing with others. Jamie was relatively incident-free in Season 2. Apart from a few times we might have spun and hit an AI, but all three dive into the pits here. I believe they're all going on to wet tyres, but Preston has a 5-second penalty for cutting the corner going into the pits.
That's definitely going to be very interesting. I mean, I don't think personally he will be able to create that 5-second gap between him and Charlie. We know how close him and Charlie are racing right now. I just don't think it'd be possible. I mean, he's serving the penalty right now. Never mind having to create the gap, he's serving it. That's going to shoot him down quite a few places, actually. Down to P9 now. So everyone pitting, in fact, going on to the intermediates. Obviously, it's not so damp anymore, but Preston's getting shot down. Can Preston get the overtakes done here? Until little bit of a collision.
that 5-second penalty has made it so that Preston's dropped a fair few places behind Jamie is what's key here. Jamie was creeping up because Preston and Charlie were fighting it out in the front, and he was catching up because of that. And now, as they were going into the pits to make the first round of pit stops, Preston got the penalty, and it allowed him to... Oh, another spin out from Harry. But yeah, it allowed Jamie to get ahead of Preston.
I definitely think Preston can catch up, but as you say, Jamie was only catching up because that battle was going on. Now Charlie has free reign. He doesn't have anyone in front of him or battling him. He's free reign just to go. Yes, Jamie can overtake the AIs, but once he's past those, you know what happens there. It's definitely a very interesting race, that's for sure. Preston, I'm not sure if you noticed it, I was kind of distracted with Bradley. Up to P6 now. He is working his way up, but can we just take our eyes off for top 3 currently? I know it's not top 3, but you get what I mean. Harry, a 41-second gap. This race has not been good for Harry so far whatsoever.
He's pitted again whilst we were talking before, which dropped him from what was like 16 to 20 seconds to 41 or 42, should I say. He's riding a lonely race after that spin down the straight, and we'll have to see later on what caused that collision, who caused that collision. I think now the only thing that would work for him is if there was a safety car, a full safety car. If there was to be a full safety car, then that would bring him back into the mix. But other than that, catching up 42 seconds on the same intermediates the whole race, and that too just to catch up to P19, it's not looking like a good race for Harry. 100% he can keep it clean. I've raced with him, and we've both managed to keep it clean on several occasions. It's just on each occasion you have to treat it separately and see how he reacts. And as I say that, Preston looks to make a dive down the inside, but he decides against it. He's already caught right up. He's all over the back of that Red Bull, and he's going round the outside, and Jamie gives him the space. Is he going to go round and complete the move? Wheel to wheel, and yes, he is. He makes the move stick, and this is what I mean. There was no contact there, and Jamie might look back to fight back that place, but Preston's made it stick.
Yeah, he really has. A nice one by Preston to get that P4 position, but he'll be working his way up now to the top of the grid, of course, that being Charlie, and of course, unfortunately, with no DRS for Jamie due to it being a wet race, he won't get that advantage, but he may be able to catch on to the slipstream here. Charlie did set a fastest lap, but Preston came back and said, no you don't, I'm taking that one back, I want it. Because he needs the points really, but who knows what's going to happen. He can definitely catch up, but now Charlie has a 5.5 second gap between him and Vettel. Is there any way, in your guys' opinions, Preston can catch up? Fair enough, and I know you guys can't currently see, but the points are as follows. Of course, Charlie on 197, Preston on 147, Harry on 128, and Jamie on 102. We've ruled out George out of the championship now because he's on 87 points. 3 second time penalty for Harry here. I'm guessing extended track limits. Whoa, he's gone way off. So unlucky for Harry. A very unlucky race for Harry, I would say. Surprised he hasn't retired yet, but respect for him to keep it going. But yes, we've ruled out George now because he's on 87 points and he doesn't always turn up to races. With that in mind, do you think with Jamie being on 102 points, he's near being ruled out, or with him getting points today, is he nowhere near getting ruled out yet?
I don't think you should rule him out. I think he's still in it, and as I say, if he's on 102, and what was Harry on? Sorry,
128.
Yes, so the points that he'll get today will put him very close to Harry, with Harry obviously not scoring points. So, well, unless it's a safety car, then I'd have to shut my mouth. But yeah, no, with the point difference between Harry and Jamie today, I think you can't count him out. I think even if he is going for a P3, it's very viable.
Fair enough, and can we just appreciate right now, Preston cannot overtake Vettel, and whilst this is going on, Charlie's creating an even bigger gap between him and Vettel. Why can't Preston get the overtake? Is it because there is no DRS, and he's at the bottom of the barrel of his DRS, using all he can on Vettel? Why is he struggling so much?
Well, he's used up all his battery, is the simplest explanation that I can give, but he's still all over the back of that Aston Martin. But yeah, he's used up all his battery. He needs to charge it up a bit more for the next few laps. As I say that, Sebastian Vettel goes very wide, and Preston swoops down the inside and takes that P2 spot.
Oh, no. Harry has spun out again, creating a bigger gap between him and Mick Schumacher. Not that it was going to get smaller, but it's not worked out for Harry today at all, has it?
So it's been an unlucky race for him.
And there we are, he's retired, so obviously too unlucky, and he's realised this is just not my race.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but it's the correct decision, I think. I mean, obviously you'd like to race to the checkered flag, but the car's not in a shape. Sebastian Vettel looking to come back at Preston, and I wonder if there was contact there. It looked to me that there was a bit of wing-to-wing contact potentially being looked at, but I'm not sure.
At the same rate he was before, so I don't think anything's going to happen in terms of a fight for the lead. However, Preston could see some struggles here with Jamie as I'm spectating. I'm on board with Jamie now, and I can see from Preston's rear end that the red light is flashing, meaning that he is out of ERS, which means that he has nothing to defend or overtake with when Jamie comes knocking. The Sebastian Vettel just goes up the inside of Jamie and maintains position into turn one. And yeah, I think Jamie can trouble Preston maybe for P2, but the race, in my opinion, was won around lap 7, 8, 9 when everyone went into the pits.
Fair enough, and I mean, I think you're right. To be fair, I was kind of hoping we'd see a bit more of a battle with Charlie, but again, with the gap he's created and 13 laps left to go, it's just not enough time for Preston to catch up, especially being under pressure by Jamie and Vettel as well. Now Vettel is not letting anyone get away today. He wasn't letting Preston at first, and he's now not letting Jamie at first, but Jamie trying to create that gap now. Ritvik, how much, like Carl said, how much pressure do you think Jamie can cause Preston here today?
Wide line, but it worked for him, has it? Oh, no, but Vettel's overtaken, sorry. Yeah, and he's taken the position back. Yeah, no, 100% Jamie's got the pace to challenge Preston for that second place, but he cannot battle Vettel every lap like this. He's catching Preston every lap more and more, but Vettel's also catching him more and more every lap. And the more Vettel does things like this, and where more Jamie does things like that, like drifting wide, oh, contact there. That looked a little bit pushy.
Carl, in your personal opinion, as steward, was that a dangerous move by Jamie, or was Vettel's defending just off completely?
I mean, how do you want me to penalise an AI? I mean, as I said, I've stated before, and I'll state this again, I don't think Jamie is the best at fighting with people in AI. I think he's very much a quality merchant in the fact that he's got pace for every single lap. But when it comes to racing cleanly, whether it's AI or people, it's just something he lacks the ability to do, as we've seen with his multiple incidents of contact throughout the race. Both contact that he's bumped into someone and someone's bumped into him. I think Sebastian Vettel's an AI, it's just doing what the game tells it to do, but Jamie could have waited for a better corner to do the overtake, could have waited into turn one rather than just send it down the inside at every corner where he's within half a car length. Just personally thinking top 6 in terms of raw ability on the current grid.
I'm so sorry to interrupt, but number 1, Jamie took that P2 position. Number 3, Preston has just retired from a race.
Wow.
We haven't been watching, but Jamie got the overtake on Preston. I didn't see it, but I just noticed he was P2, and I just saw Preston DNF this race. This has changed everything. A second time in a row Preston's DNF'd.
And it's a safety car. It's a safety car, and this is what I've been saying all along. You cannot count out the incidents at the end of the day. And now, that 27...
More importantly,
Yeah.
is Charlie going to pit? That is the main question. Normally, with late safety cars, Charlie pits straight away. Is it worth pitting for the softs? I think Charlie could get away very much on pitting for softs and still come out behind Jamie. What would you guys do?
I agree with you.
You're in this situation. Would you dive into the pits for the softs, or would you? I think Charlie's already actually caught up behind the safety car. Yes, I don't think Charlie can pit. Yeah, because he's caught behind the safety car already. He's a bit in poor timing. So that means that we will probably.
Yeah, I would 100% agree with you. I'd pit for softs.
I mean, due to the game's coding, the safety car will only be out for 3 laps, which means we should get 2 or 3 laps of racing towards the end. Will Jamie use some more of that Verstappen move, or we crash mentality into turn 1 after?
Can we stop? I'm not defending Verstappen here, but let's concentrate on our own league before we start talking to Formula 1, because that's clearly how we missed the fact that Jamie actually got ahead of Preston. We didn't acknowledge it at all, but it's definitely going to be an interesting one, that's for sure. Whether Jamie does inherit that action from Verstappen or not, that's the last F1 comment, by the way. Who knows? But
I mean, Charlie back-to-back wins, Preston back-to-back DNFs. That creates a 50-point gap, which is extremely difficult to add up. Only if 6-7 point gap between first and second every race, Preston would have to go on a pretty much about 5-4 race win streak without any incidents, and Charlie P2 just to gain that lead back. I don't think it's going to happen.
I mean, we got quite a few races
look alive there.
We got 1, 2.
Jamie needs to look. Damn, mate, it's safety car race now. Look alive.
Yes, thank you, Carl, once again.
Horrible restart from Jamie. And he's ran wide. Nothing's happening into turn 1.
But it is dry now. Of course, DRS will be activated on the final lap, I would say. So as long as Jamie stays close to Charlie, it's definitely going to be quite the interesting battle.
Jamie ran so wide, didn't even hit the apex at turn 1. He's already a second down on Charlie. It's just, I don't think the comeback's on, boys. I think Charlie's already won this race.
Yeah,
There's not. He's already out of DRS range, and we're not even in the first DRS zone yet, so it's not looking good.
I mean, we talk about, Jamie not being able to get P1, but will he be able to hold on to P2? I mean, we know the AIs, they're ruthless.
I mean, Jamie has got Sebastian Vettel half a second behind him. We do remember that, but I think Charlie's already got such a big gap. It's done, mate. It is done.
Well, thank you all for watching this video once again. Really appreciate it.
Let's do the World Cup theme. They thought it was over. Now, I forgot the line. I baffled it. Everyone knows what I'm on about. They thought it was over. It is now. Charlie's coming around the corner. With 2 laps remaining. Second gap. It's just. Congratulations, Charlie. Good win. Good win. That's what I'm saying.
Ritvik, any opinions?
No, I agree with Carl. I don't see Charlie bottling this. I think the restart was important. I don't think Jamie got off very well. I think it was caught off guard slightly. So yeah, I think it will be a Charlie P1, Jamie P2.
I think what would spice up this race is doing a China in season 2 and just Jamie straight lining it into Charlie. I think that'd be absolutely hilarious and a great way to end this race. I think
we do not talk about that race. We do not talk about that race.
I mean, what happens in China
stays in China.
As we saw with COVID, does not stay in China.
Oh my God.
Politics is not a thing we do on the DC Next channel. It's one a podcast on Madeline McCann coming out next Tuesday.
Oh God!
Oh,
Spoiler alert: the parents did it, just like Charlie did it today, winning the race with 1 lap left to go, a 2-second gap. It is not happening. Charlie has won.
yeah.
Oh my
see,
God!
And did you hear that, people? That is the sound of me not being allowed to commentate next week.
Goodness me.
Now, you know, I was going to ask before you said that. I know this race has been a bit boring, but are you two going to return next race?
Well, that's kind of me getting muted from the Discord call, so I'll be here just whether I'm allowed to talk or not. That's up to the big man himself. But we come around the penultimate last corner on the second to last lap.
Oh, God.
3-second gap almost. It's
What an exciting race. I need to buy some hairspray to keep my hair from standing up on end. Jeez. My word.
I mean, right now what you have is Jamie. 3-second gap between Charlie and Jamie. No DRS there at all. 2-second gap between Vettel and Jamie. Basically, no DRS there at all. Unless Vettel or Jamie can find some magical speed going into the last 2 corners, I think you have your podium, people. It's going to be Charlie, it's going to be Jamie, and it's going to be Vettel in disguise as Callum getting most points here today.
Well, I'm sorry to interrupt. With every speed that's happening at this racetrack is in Harry and Preston's hotel rooms after taking enough speed to forget what happened today at the racetrack, because this is the day they do not want to remember.
Bloody hell.
Nice.
You know what we have to arrange very, very quickly? I'll have to try and arrange the go-karting thing again, because last time we did that, we didn't have many numbers, but we have quite a few numbers now.
Dan, there is a really good place in Dunstable.
I will have a look
really
at that
good
if you...
I can write that. I've been a few times with work and stuff. £35, you get 2 17-lap races, about an hour's drive away. You can book it, and there doesn't have to be a set amount of people.
Fair enough. I am very sorry to interrupt you, Carl, but here comes Charlie round the final corner to win
And he
the
wins.
American Grand Prix. Nice one by Charlie. Definitely, as Carl said, did not see that coming whatsoever. Jamie takes that P2. An unfortunate DNF for Preston and Harry here today. That will affect Preston's chances within the championship. Gyro Dates, Lando Norris not completing a green, but here we go with the podium. And here you are with the podium as Charlie once again walks out for what is, I believe, the 5th time this season. His 5th win of the season. Jamie takes that P2. He'll be catching up to Harry within the championship. Only about a point behind. No, quite a few more points than that. But only a few points behind Harry now within the championship. We'll see what happens in Singapore. Whether Jamie can capitalise on this. Whether Preston can bounce back or not. Who knows? Of course, that lag factor coming in today, unfortunately for Preston. But people, will be back for you with a leaderboard in a second. Do not be late. Do not miss it, people.